I don't know. Hey, dude here, everybody. Have you ever been injured and you're trying to lose weight? You're trying to, stay in shape? Makes it a little bit difficult. So, as most of you know, I'm going to talk about a couple of different things today. I got some thoughts on my mind, and I've got a few minutes because I am going to the chiropractor. I'm going to have him look at my shoulder. Probably not to pop it. I'm probably going to have him do some shockwave therapy on it. That's that little device that, I did it on my foot before. I showed it in a video a while back. It's designed to kind of inflame the area a little bit, cause a little disruption, get the blood and everything there to help trying to repair things on a cellular level. It may or may not help, but a lot of the pain that I'm feeling is kind of back here in the muscle. I can do a lot of different, things, but there's some things that are hard. So I'm just gonna go get it checked out. I got a buddy who will kind of take care of me. So we're gonna see if that helps at all. Probably you have to do a few sessions and we'll be able to see. So I'm gonna do that in a few minutes. So I'm probably gonna skip my flexibility and mobility workout today. And I'm gonna go take care of that, come home, gonna cook a ribeye steak on the smoker, same way we did last night, so I'm not gonna film it. That is the plan. But the idea that I wanna talk about is, drama, trauma, could be mental, could be physical, could be all sorts of things. We all deal with it, we all have things in our life that happen. I've been dealing with this pain for a little bit of a time, and part of the new plan is to kind of start trying to take care of these things. So I'm gonna go get it checked out, and we'll give you an update tomorrow, see if it, if I think it's gonna do anything or not. There's a lot of reasons why we have trouble losing weight. Now, a lot of people don't like to talk about real things, real reasons, because I think it's not just like, candy tastes so good. Ooh, I gotta have so much of it. Ooh, I mean, there's some of that, but a lot of us, I'm not, maybe it's not you, but a lot of us have identified that we overeat, maybe because of comfort, we celebrate with food. When we are sick or don't feel good, we eat. When we're down or have the blues, we eat. And some people, that's not an issue for. They just go, I eat to fuel my body, and I always have. If that's you, that's wonderful. But, judging by looking around when you go outside in public, there's a lot of people who've got trauma in their life, maybe in their past, or, or they just, their life is kind of out of control, and they're letting everything in life happen to them rather than happening to life. So when we have things that are kind of bugging us, or, ailments, things like that, could be an injury. I've had my foot, my knee, my shoulder. I've had different things already, even in the first 100 and whatever days we're on now, since March. There's always something to get in the way, right? And now you also hear me talk a lot about excuses. You can make excuses, or you can have good health, but you can't have both. That's true. I still believe that. But sometimes there are some realities, and it's not, I think the difference is you can have a reality that is like an obstacle, right? Like my shoulder hurts or something. Now today I've got to take time out of my day. The time I usually would do something else, I got to go get it looked at. I don't have that much time to myself in a day. It's pretty much filled from the time I get off work to the time I go to bed. So, I'm substituting something today for getting an injury looked at. I don't think that's an excuse. Because there's a fine line, right? Reality is life does get in the way sometimes. Sometimes there is an actual obstacle. Sometimes there is an injury. There's something. And I think the key at that point is, how do you navigate that? It's about doing what you can do and not letting other things become reasons why you can't do anything. Does that make sense? Basically, stop lying to yourself, and go, okay, what can I do today? Because every day is not going to be perfect. Every day is not pretty. Every day is not every single box is checked off the list. Sometimes things do actually get in the way. And listen, I'm not like doing 75 hard or something. Like if I get home at midnight, I'm not going out on a 3-mile run. You can go ahead and do that. I'm not that hardcore, right? I mean, I'll just do it tomorrow, right? But you have to just constantly change and adapt. And I think adaptability is key in long-term transformation. And there's a few different types of areas that kind of, I'm losing my thought, guys. I was going somewhere and now I'm not. There's a few different areas in your life I think you got to look at. I'm switching gears here a little bit, because there's physical, which is the body, and then that consists of the diet and the exercise. Whatever dietary choices you're making to fuel your body, to lose the fat, to build the muscle, to whatever it is you're doing to do. Then there's the workout, whether that be Pilates, strength training, mobility, flexibility, all sorts of different things you could do to have some physical activity, walking, jogging, biking, swimming. So there's the physical but I think one of the biggest things is the mental. You'll hear me probably talk a lot about the mental. Once you have a physical and a dietary plan, like I would expect that you're just going to stick to that, right? Now sometimes, like I said, life gets in the way and, you have to slow down on something, or you can't do a certain exercise because it hurts, or, you modify those things. You're going on vacation, so maybe ease up on your diet a little bit or whatever. But the one thing that I think we got to be diligent about daily is the mindset. Because if you lose the mindset, that's when you quit. You can't lose the mindset, And for some people, it's no different. For some people, it's going to be easier. Like I'm probably, I do share my whole journey here, so I share kind of my ups and downs and how I go. But I'm probably a lot more positive than a lot of people. I don't really like complaining that much. I don't like really, whining and moaning about life and things. And when I catch myself in those kind of traps, I try and like course correct and be like, no, just put it in something good. And I think that's one of the biggest things you can do is constantly be reading a good book, listening to a positive podcast, watching a transformation video. But putting in some positivity, because what goes in eventually comes out. So you got to be just constantly pouring good stuff in, and good stuff will start coming out. And it happens in your thoughts, the questions that you ask yourself, all those kind of things. And so you got to take care of the three areas. There's the diet, there's the exercise, there's the mindset. And the mindset, there's different layers in there too. There's the emotional side of things. It's dealing with maybe eliminating drama in your life. I've got a good buddy and mentor, he calls it staying above the fray. It's like getting above the clouds, with the blue skies and clear skies and all these people that live their life down in the muck, and they're just constantly negative and constantly whining and constantly having problems. Have you ever noticed that a negative person just always has problems and a positive person doesn't? It's quite simply because one's looking at the problem and other people are looking for a solution. So your mindset plays a big role into it. But there's emotional, like I said, there's layers. And I think there could be drama in your life that you have to avoid. It could be negative people, those crabs in a bucket that you've got to start eradicating out of your life. But there's also could be trauma with a T. You know, trauma could be something that you've relived over and over in your life. It could be something that happened as a child. I think to a certain degree, we all have some sort of trauma in our past. I'm not saying it's all, you know, they're probably not equal in any way, shape, or form as far as what one person or child that may have experienced compared to another. You know, when you look at, you know, where they're born, how they were raised, what environment they came into, the world that they observed. There's a lot of different factors that play into things. But I think that we all have something kind of, you know, buried in deep that you've got to address, and you got to get the drama and the trauma out, and clean up the passageways, you know, so you can have smooth sailing to your goal and to success. So we got to take care of the whole person here. That's what I'm really trying to say today. So one of the things I'm trying to do, I'm doing a lot of reflecting, obviously, a lot of thinking. I share random thoughts with you guys. Sometimes they probably make sense. Sometimes they probably sound stupid. It's fine, whatever. It's my journey. I'm just sharing it. But I'm also trying to pay attention to other stuff. We got to heal. We got to heal the injuries. We got to fix the problems. You know, I may have to have a surgery on my eye. I don't think there's going to be a natural way that that's going to get fixed. I'm going to have to address that. I feel like it's getting worse all the time. I definitely don't want to be blind. So, my wife is too pretty. I need to see her face every day. So there you go. But yeah, so I don't want to sound down. I'm just going to get my freaking shoulder looked at today. I want to go and I want to start taking care of that. And got to make an appointment to go get my eye looked at with the right person. And in the meantime, we're still going to eat a steak tonight. And we're still going to do everything that I can do that's on my checklist. I'm just probably not going to rebound. I'm probably not going to do some arm movements because I'm going to go get this thing zapped and let that kind of hopefully do what it's supposed to do. So there's my ramble. It really was a ramble. I don't know how much I'm going to edit out of that because I like to keep it real, but my thoughts kind of just went bleh on me in the middle of there. So anyway, I'm not down. I'm not depressed. I'm just trying to get things lined up and taken care of. And I think it's time for me to start taking care of the shoulder. But I'm still going to do, I think I'm going to try and go on a walk later at either on the walking pad inside where it's nice and air conditioned, because when I came home, it was like, it says it's 108 right now. So yeah. But maybe the walking pad, or maybe I'll go out later once it's dark. I don't know, but we'll do something. Anyway, that is it. Tomorrow there's a live stream. It's Wednesday night. I'm gonna go back to Wednesdays because this whole thing of traveling and trying to live stream didn't pan out that well. I have no clue if the audio sync is going to work or not. I may try something different. I just don't know. We're going to keep tweaking stuff till we get it fixed. But live stream tomorrow night, 7 p.m. I think I want to talk about the power of questions. Tony Robbins does this better than anybody, but I'll do my best attempt to try and teach principle of asking yourself the right kind of questions to get a better outcome in your life. So that's what we're going to talk about tomorrow, as well as have fun and just chat. And feel free to ask questions about my life or personal life or my fitness journey or whatever, and we'll have some good old-fashioned fun in the live stream. So I'm off to the chiropractor right now. I'm going to go see Dr. Ron, and then I'm going to come home and make that ribeye and enjoy a nice fatty steak, and that will satiate me till tomorrow. So appreciate you guys. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being here. Go ahead, leave a comment down below. You know, you got the mental, you got the diet, you got the physical exercise. What's the hardest part for you? What's holding you back? What can I help with? What's a topic? Give me something that you'd like to see me do a little video spiel on, and I'll do my best to come up with some wise wisdom for you. So appreciate you guys, and thanks for checking in today, and give it a thumbs up and all that good stuff. If you're new around here, we are doing it every single day. That's the goal. We're gonna hit down to 155 pounds, lose 110 pounds. I've definitely slowed down in the last 2-3 weeks. We got to pick up the pace again and start making good progress. So appreciate you guys. I'm showing up, and we'll do it every single day. So see you tomorrow. Dude out.